Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be doing a flip through of my health planner here. It's a lined vertical layout, and I'll be showing you how I decorated all the spreads as well as how I've been using them to track my health and fitness as well as my overall wellness. So if that sounds good, let's jump in. So first off, let me just explain that I do not work out of this planner. This is just a storage planner that I keep on my shelf and pull out once a month to grab the inserts and put those into my freaking planner. So if you want to know more about my freaking planner, I do have plenty of setup videos as well as flip throughs of that planner. But this one is just going to be an overview of the year so far, specifically in my health planner. So I just have some discs and a cover from the Happy Planner on here, but I'm using inserts from my Etsy shop. And the insert type, like I mentioned before, is the lined vertical layout. I also customized it, which you'll see with a few items, and I'll explain those as we go. So for January, this was my first spread. And this one, I don't decorate on camera. So the monthly pages that you're going to see here aren't decorated on camera. I just throw some stuff down and hope for the best because I do a lot of decorating in other areas. So this is where I just let it kind of be what it is and not overthink things. So this is the monthly layout. And again, this is part of the planner from my shop. I decided in January that I was going to use the monthly to track my workouts. And I was highlighting in specific colors depending on the workout type I was doing. I also noted any days where I didn't actually work out and why, kind of what was happening, why the workout didn't happen. Saturday is my rest day, and I also put in a schedule to follow for my intention of starting lifting again. And it did not go very well. As you can see, I think I did one day, the very first week, and then I didn't do any other lifting days. I just have not been able to get back into it. My fitness level has gone down quite a bit just because I haven't been able to go to the gym for so many years now, and I've just lost that routine of working out. So that said, I keep trying, I keep working towards it and resetting goals, and I just need to find a way to really motivate myself to make more progress in that area. This planner helps. It helps me to identify where I'm lacking, and then also it helps me to confront my choices and therefore, make adjustments if needed. And as you'll see as we go through, I make a lot of adjustments. But yeah, so that's how this worked out. And long story short, yeah, I think that was pretty much it for this. These stickers were from the Dollar Tree as far as this one here. And then I had some washi tape from like a Happy Planner washi tape book that I used and some highlighters, and that was it. So that's the first spread. And so this year I decided to add in this overview page in between my monthly and my weeklies. And I've been decorating it all in the same theme. So the monthly and this monthly overview page, I'm calling it my health overview, is going to be decorated in the same manner each time, and it just makes it a little bit easier so I don't have to reinvent the wheel, but I can add a little bit of color and pizzazz to this page. So if you've never seen my flip through videos, I'll explain a little bit about how this is laid out. Again, this is in my shop as an undated option, and over here we have a few boxes which has like a health goals header. So I've just been adding in a few health goals that I'm going to try for the month. Got a nice checklist here so you can add some stuff that you want to try to do for the month. A habit tracker, so we have 4 habit trackers here for the month as well. And then on this side is more of like a health dashboard of your starting weight for the month, and then it has a little picture of a human and then places to put in the standard measurements for your body measurements. Over here is a chart that I've been using for monthly stats. So I have an Apple Watch that I use, regularly every day. And with that Apple Watch, I'm able to kind of see how I did overall for the month and then get the average each day, like what I did each day. And then I can compare it between this month and the previous month and just see how I'm progressing. So it's a nice just snippet of the month, how I did from the month before, and then these are the things that I track on a regular basis. Also, too, there's this nice blank lined area at the bottom, which I've been doing a health review for the month each month. So here's where I just put in a few prompts, how I was successful, what didn't go well, what I can do differently, how do I feel, what motivates me, and what will I focus on for the next month. So those are the little prompts I put in, and then I just do a quick review at the end of the month to see how things are going. So that's how I'm using the layout. And again, I was just using that washi tape book that I had from the Happy Planner for pretty much all of the sticker areas, and then a highlighter for some color. So that was January. And then we start into the weeklies. So this is the weekly lined vertical layout. It's actually the lined top box layout from my shop. Very similar to like a Happy Planner lined vertical. However, I did customize it with a hydration tracker. So I added this on to the insert before I printed it. And that way I don't have to add it each week. It's just already in there because I am using this for my health. So this was the very first week, and I just wanted something bright and colorful. I think I was over all the Christmas colors and the wintry theme, so I just wanted something a little more energizing. So I threw down some stickers and added some washi and some rainbow colors and called it a day. So I will talk about how I'm using this here in the next one. So this was the next week. I think this was a plannable challenge theme. I want to say had something to do with drinks or maybe happy hour or something like that. So it was kind of fun. Party atmosphere, I guess. I went a little overboard with the confetti, but still kind of fun. And the colors were nice and bright and dare I say juicy. So sometimes those, feel tropical and energizing. I really like bright colors in this planner. So every day I will track my daily stats. So these are the same stats that you saw in the monthly, just on a daily basis. And I make these stat stickers on my computer, and then I just print it out on a clear label sheet. I can do these as custom items. I've had a few people ask me about them, trying to figure out how to put them in my shop so that I can easily just give you guys a custom item if you want, because everybody wants to track something a little bit different. But I tend to track these 6 things: my steps, my daily miles, the calories burned throughout the day, the minutes I spent exercising, my stand hours, which is one that not everybody goes for, and then my sleep hours as well. So my stand hours is part of the Apple Watch kind of ecosystem. It just tracks how many hours you stand up, at least like say a minute or two. I don't know exactly what the calculation is, but you have to kind of move a bit before you could get credit for standing for the hour. You can't just like stand up and then sit back down. It's just supposed to be healthier for you to not sit for long periods of time. And I definitely need that because I can get into the zone with my computer and then just sit for hours working on projects and things. So I've been using that, and that's a really good indicator for me to kind of keep moving my body a bit. So we have that. I also have below that my food log. So I do a quick food log of what I ate for the day. And then at the beginning of the year, I was tracking my calories still. I've done this a couple of different ways where I'll track the calories. I'll track sometimes Weight Watcher points. I did that for a little bit the previous year. And then sometimes I don't track at all, and you'll see why as we go through. So I have a little food log area, and then usually if I did a workout or some kind of area for a workout track. If I did a workout, I'll track how long I did it, and then how many calories I burned during that workout, active calories. And then also too, if it was like a distance thing, like if I went for a walk or something, I'll put how many miles I went. So that's how I'm using the weekly overview, and this is how it turned out. Let's go ahead and jump to the next one. Oh, this one was a really fun one. I got some inspiration from I want to say, I can't remember her handle, but there's a really great planner babe that likes to do diagonal washi on Instagram. And I really liked her technique, so decided to try that, keep it really simple, and do like a rainbow bright colored layout. And I like that feel. Rainbow layouts are always good. Just bright colors for me are great. I think I used the Happy Plan sticker book for this, some washi, and maybe a couple of quotes from some other book. On the side, I do like to add in like a quote or something, and then maybe a couple of goals to try for the week. Honestly, this has not been going very well as far as sticking to my goals. I've just been struggling lately with the fitness side of things, even weight loss and stuff like that, and eating right. But really, the fitness side of things has really just been a big struggle for me lately. And so it's something I'm definitely trying to change. And again, it just helps to kind of see what's been affecting me and how to make adjustments. So this was the next week. This one was a fun one, a nice winter theme. Again, I think this one might have been like woodland winter or something like that for the Plantable Challenge. And I just put in a few circle stickers on some washi and then used these stickers. I think these were from Planything, and I really liked how this one turned out. Definitely kind of back into the wintry cabiny feels. And again, goals, all the same stuff as you can see. Still tracking calories at this point. This was a cute one. So at the back of my planner, I've added this habit tracker, and I'll just quickly flip it so you guys can see. So this habit tracker is in my shop, but as just a habit tracker. It's not labeled meds and supplements. So you can use this for whatever your purposes are. I just changed the title to say meds and supplements, and then also right here to say meds and supplements. And then I just fill it out for the month and track my kind of like medical type supplements, pharmaceuticals, and then also to my vitamins, minerals, things that I'm taking as a supplement there. Then also this year I added in my symptoms. For my symptoms, what I've done, I used to do those on the monthly, and I started adding it in here, so I would just track which days I had certain symptoms. And then as you'll see, I get a little bit more technical as far as like if it was a specific type of symptom or if there was like an extreme version of that symptom. I have some symbols to help me track that. But for the most part, this has been really great because I can see how many days I was affected by certain things. And then sometimes I can see correlations between what I was taking and how I was feeling. So this one was really good. I really like this technique instead of trying to write it out by hand, which is what I was doing in previous years. Just doing this small little chart is a little bit easier for me to get down to the nitty-gritty and see how the month went. So now we're into February. And again, just threw down some stickers here. I think I just used some washi for the most part, and maybe some stickers from a health book, sticker book from the Happy Planner. Again, tried to get myself into the lifting routine. Lately, what's been happening is every time I try to strength train, I strain my back. So I had a back injury a couple of years ago, like just before COVID, and it's just extra sensitive now. So I have to really build up to any strength training. And since I haven't been doing it for a while, every time I start, it really just triggers a problem. So trying to figure out how to work around that and how to make it, not be so sensitive. But at least this month, I could see how badly I did in January and really put a little bit more effort into at least doing some type of workout for the month. So you can see I had a little bit more consistency with workouts throughout the month, and that was good. So again, it is helpful for me to see how poorly I did maybe in a previous month, kind of gear me up to try better the next. And again, same theme. I really did not like this color choice that I added in here with these quotes, but overall this one was, fairly good. I'm still kind of not sure how to use this area to its fullest, but I have been putting in goals here to review, and then my habits, I can definitely see how things are going with the habit tracking over here. The same kind of review on this side that I did the previous month, and then stats and the measurements behind my sticky notes, which, yeah, nobody needs to see at this point. Okay, so we're into the first week of February. This one came out so cute. This was a planning thing, I think, with her Amsterdam houses sticker book. And I just liked the kind of different feel of the diagonal. Added in some orange washi just to vibe with some of the colors in the houses. And that really worked out, like the orange and the navy, kind of a wintry theme. I do feel like this was a plannable challenge, but of course I cannot remember which one. But yeah, overall, pretty much all the same content. Still tracking my calories at this point. So really good looking spread, I thought. And then this was the next week. This one was with Anna Bean's sticker book. And I think this was like maybe Patterns or something. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was one of her newer sticker books. Some happy planner quotes as well. So this one was good. I like a simple, 3-color theme. That turned out pretty good. And yeah, still tracking calories at this point. It starts to change, I think, maybe next month. We'll see how that goes. And this one was for Valentine's Day week. And this one was definitely like a theme about Valentine's Day for the Plannable Challenge, because I don't normally go this route, but I think it turned out really cute. Did some coloring on some scrapbook paper to fill the colors and kind of bring everything together. I think that worked out pretty well. And brought in some of, like tan, almost like vintagey feels with the Valentines, and I really like that. This one here, this one was like maybe Higgy at home. Not Higgy. It looks like it should be said Higgy, but it's like Huga at home. And this one was cool because I ended up making these little bricks out of a strip sticker, kind of creating a background of like a peachy brick facade. Something different, but I totally loved how this one turned out. It just kind of came together as I was doing it, and I really liked it. Tracking workouts here, and then I kind of jumped down and did some workouts here. It's a little bit tricky with these top box layouts, because then if I do decide to use those and then do something like where it's triangular, sometimes I can't use the same areas the whole week through. So this one I just jumped down to put in what my workouts were. And then the last week, we have another habit tracker here, and basically the same thing, just added a few like stars or little notations in there, like I said before, to give me a little bit more insight about how I was feeling on those symptoms. Also, too, if I took multiple doses of certain medications, it also kind of tells me how things were going as far as my health in that area. If I had to take multiple doses, then I'll see a couple of extra hash marks on the X's, and that tells me, there was something going on that day. So that is the habit tracker for the end of, what are we on? February, end of February. So now we're going into March. And I really like those diagonal washies from the previous, I guess I was back in January, so I decided to bring that in a little bit here on the monthly. Again, just kind of keep things simple. Put a few stickers down and a highlighter and called it a day. So for March, what I decided to do, still tracking my workouts here, but I was trying to kickstart my fitness a little bit and get started with these 21-day fix routine workouts that are just like half an hour workouts, but combine strength training and cardio. I thought, well, maybe that'll help get me into the zone of working out. So I think I did that maybe twice and then kind of abandoned it. Yeah, I was having a rough month, as you could see the previous month, so I don't know. I think this was still kind of in that rough area. Very sickly, yeah, tired, lots of work, sickly, so yeah, I wasn't able to keep up with it. But again, good intentions, trying to reset and refocus each month if needed. So same with the overview pages here, nothing really new. I had some washi tape for some color on top of the highlighter or the habit trackers. And then, yeah, the rest was just very simple, to the point type stuff. This one, I think I just decided to pull out one sticker book. It was, what's that one called? Maybe Wellness Warrior. And just use a rainbow theme, keep it simple. Added a few dots in for some texture to match up with the box. That had a little bit of this dot thing going on there, but really just a simple rainbow layout. It was still really good to be in. If it's a rainbow layout, I usually am pretty happy no matter what. So a really good option here, but all the same content as far as workouts, stats. Then we have this next one, which was, I think I mixed the indigo blooms with something else, maybe pressed florals, yeah. And a little bit of gold, which is not always my favorite. As you can see, it gets kind of hard to read from the angle that I usually view it at. But overall, I really liked the color scheme with the blues, really pretty, and yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's a little bit different too with this kind of block area blocked off for workouts. Oh, this one was a fun one. This one was for Pie Day. So I think it was maybe Pints or Pie, I think it was. So in case you wanted to do St. Patrick's Day or you wanted to do Pie Day, which is March 14th, I decided to go very literal with the pie and do actual blueberry pies here with some other ones. I think maybe that's an apple pie over here. And I really just love the color scheme on this. It really gave me these baking vibes, just some mixed media with some ink backgrounds and some watercolors, and it's a really fun one. And then this one was for also a plannable challenge. Let me think what it was. Definitely had something to do with like creative crafting, but I can't remember what it was exactly. So it was fun. Again, rainbow theme, can't go wrong. I think, again, I used mainly one sticker book, which was from the Happy Planner. It was like a teacher sticker book, and I can't remember the name of it. I added some narrative hues overlay tapes up here to kind of continue that rainbow theme, and it really turned out fun and colorful. This one was another one, I think was a plannable challenge theme, and this one was for like April Fool's Day, so maybe it was like fooling around. Yeah, I think that was the theme. So I have these emoji stickers from a really old Happy Planner sticker book, added those in, and again, tried a little bit of a diagonal feel, just something different, play around with the layout and try some different ideas. This one turned out really good. Again, rainbow theme. So on the back page here, again, I have the same chart, and I added a bit of the washi here as well so that I could, tie all the monthly pages together. So now we're into April. And for April, again, just threw some stickers down. I had a couple of quotes and some shoes, I think, that were gifted to me from a different planner babe. I added the green and the kind of smoky blue tone. Still tracking my workouts. This wasn't really working all that great for me as far as fully utilizing this spread. So again, I will be making changes coming forward. But for now, I was keeping up with the workouts on the monthly and then kind of setting some goals for myself here on the side. So that was that first monthly. And then again, the overview, really kept it simple here. A couple of stickers, a quote. Didn't even bother to put in the goals because honestly, I don't really look at them very much, even though I come to this page every day to do my habits. I don't know, something about these goals being here just doesn't speak to me on the daily. So I pretty much focus most of my goals in my goals section of my planner, which is related to my hourly schedule. So this area doesn't really motivate me as far as goals are concerned, but it is good for tracking, seeing how I was doing, overview and review, that kind of stuff. So this one was fun. I don't think this was a challenge theme, but I did a nice rainbow spread again. I really like the brighter rainbowy colors in this planner in particular. These stickers are from Plannything. It was part of her, I want to say, her seasonal book. With the silver pen, I added a little bit of, I don't even know if you can see it, but like a little bit of confetti. It's going to be really hard to see. I can barely see it myself because it's almost white. But it's there, so it kind of adds a little bit of like a raining down vibe. And then just use some box stickers I had with the same kind of softer colors and some washi tape, which is what really brought in the silver. Was the washi tape had some silver in it. I don't know if you can see that either, actually. Oh yeah, you can see it at the angle you're at. I put in the breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack prompts here on the side so that I could easily kind of track what I was eating at each meal. This was before I really started getting into the fasting, which you're going to see in a minute. So next we have this spread, which really came together nicely. I want to say this might have been a plannable challenge, but honestly, I don't remember. I really like how it came together. Added in some of those indigo blooms, I think, for like the clusters. And then I had some washi tape wreath circles, like a roll of floral wreath circle stickers. I can't even talk. I put in a couple of those, and then also added in some circle stickers from Plannything's pastel book. Did a nice soft pastel color scheme, basically kind of going towards the middle and then going back out. So you see pink, orange, yellow, and then green kind of being the center point. And that turned out nice. And then the rest was just simple pen and really just a lovely spread. Also, too, you'll notice I stopped tracking my calories at this point and just stuck with the food log. So here, this one I think I just threw together, but I used some hummingbird stickers from, I want to say, Creative Kingfisher. So these are like some hand-drawn stickers that I really thought were very pretty and was inspired by this orange and blue color scheme. Sort of vibrant, very springy. And then I combine those with some seasonal, it's a floral sticker book called Seasons of something, maybe Seasons of Change, but I don't think that's it. From the Happy Planner, added those in and a couple other stickers, as well as those clear overlay tapes with my stat stickers. So this one turned out really nice. I love the colors. This one was fun. This one was for a travel theme, I want to say, like up in the air, maybe. So I have this really awesome washi from Daiso that I love to bring in when I want to do like skies or clouds. And so this one I made just like an up in the clouds kind of theme with some boxes from the travel sticker book and some quotes as well. Again, rainbow theme, always a good choice, and loved how this one turned out. Also, too, you can see I started adding in my fasting hours. So this is about the time I started doing a 1 meal a day routine, basically, of fasting. So I was fasting roughly 20 hours to start, and then some days it would be higher, sometimes lower, but basically trying to maintain about a 2-hour window of eating each day. So that's how it progressed, and I was trying to figure out how many hours each day. It was really hard for me to do it this way. I was having trouble figuring out which time to go between. I don't know. I don't know why fasting calculations can be so challenging, but yeah, so I did like this, but you'll see on the monthly for, I think for May, I make a change to make it a little bit easier on myself. And then again, we have the meds and supplements habit tracker, and I just did a little dividing up so I could easily see what was what. That's pretty much it, same as before. And now we're into May. And for May, what I did was, again, kind of put those fasting hours on the monthly so I could easily track. So here you're going to see both what workouts I did in the center areas, if any. Most of these were non-workout days. We also see, though, the hour span. So this was the span I was fasted, and then when I broke my fast and when I started my fast. So that's how I started doing it here. And it made it a little bit easier so I could just track the span of time that I wasn't eating. And then I know between the 2 days was the time I was eating. So that worked out. Oh, is that how that worked? Yeah, right? Yes. Yeah, okay. It gets confusing. I have to look at it. But this has made it a little bit easier, so I know that whatever's in the day is the time that I need to track between or to calculate between. So I set it up for that. I added some fruits and vegetables to try to focus myself in more on eating whole foods and more veggies in particular. So that was just kind of fun. I just threw those together. Did a slight rainbow color scheme here with the arrows kind of matching up with the colors from the vegetables. Also at the top too, you'll see I had a lot of notations too. So if I had something going on with me that might have affected my day, I was adding that notation there at the top just so I could know what was going on. And here again, I have the veggie theme with the veggies here in the corner and kind of spread around, same color scheme. Pretty much everything else is the same. I did try to use this area for simple meals that I could go to for my eating. So these were the things that I was thinking about eating or ate throughout the month so that I could stay on track with the wholesome food options. That was okay. It was just kind of nice to have a place to put that, but I didn't think it really helped all that much as far as progression. And here, this one was a really pretty one. I actually love how this turned out, even though I believe I was a bit on the struggle bus in the beginning. I used some cardstock as a backer, and then I also cut out this circle to add as like another little element of that peachy pink tone, and then added in some florals from the Happy Planner and some washi tapes just to add that bit of character to the spread. Also used overlay ink tapes behind the stat stickers for some added color, and just really enjoyed the way this looked. This one here was a fun one. This one was a desert theme. I don't know if this one was a plannable challenge or not, but I had some fun with some washi tape, creating like a sandbar, and some older Happy Planner stickers, those cactus or cacti, and some quotes. Loved the blue and green color scheme a lot. It was a really fun one. I really enjoyed being in this as well. Another rainbow color scheme for my birthday week. This one was actually really great. I loved the rainbow colors, the bit of confetti, the sideways quotes with the hashtags, very busy, best day. I really loved that. Even the little yellow bike. So this was a really fun one, very energizing spread. And although I was sick this week, I just did love being in this spread. Ooh, and this one was a good one as well. So I had wanted to try this technique for a while. I believe this was for a theme called Garden Party from the Plannable Challenge. And I had this idea to do this for a while, but I hadn't really had a place to do it, and so I decided to try it this week. It turned out really good. It definitely took me a minute to figure out how to make this work, but overall it came out really cute, kind of like that trellis of florals. Just really ended up pretty cool. I used washi tapes in different colors just to continue the color scheme, and a couple of quotes, and that was it. It was just that. Oh, and the PET tape florals, which are my new favorite. I love PET tape. So hopefully I'll be getting some more of that fairly soon. And added a few veggies here on this tracker, but basically same as before. And now we're into June, final month. And this one, I got a little bit better about focusing in on the fasting. So I added the time span on the top and then highlighted the fasting hours just so I would know exactly what I did each day at a glance, a little bit easier. Also, too, I decided to stop putting in no workout and putting in X's if I didn't work out, so I could easily see the days I did or didn't work out, and then kept the the notations and things that I might want to know for each day at the top. And for this theme, I used a planning theme sticker book. I think it was Tropical Vibes, and just some bright tropical washi tape. It was kind of cute, but not my favorite color scheme. So again, more of the Tropical Vibes stickers with the yellow highlighter. Also too, still not really loving this space or having a thing for that space as of yet. So I just kind of keep it empty. First week was a fun one. Donut Day week. I love myself some Donut Day. Really loved how this turned out. Just used a simplified color scheme, focusing in on the kind of chocolate brown, pink, and not really beige, just kind of like a warm, I don't know, dough tone. I don't know what you call that color. And that worked out really good. I used a highlighter to actually create the sprinkles, just using the tip of the highlighter. That was cool. It worked out really good. And yeah, I just kind of used what I had. Added in my when I fasted or started fasting and when I broke my fast each day, just so I could have it at a glance on the week. I go back and forth whether I want to keep that on the weekly, as you'll see going through the rest of the month, but it is kind of nice to see it there at a glance. So this one here was for Feeling Nautical was the theme for this one. I really wanted to love this one. I love the colors and the watercolor feels, but I don't know. I struggled a little bit with this as far as these are rub-on transfers, which I really love rub-on transfers in my planner. However, I guess I just didn't really figure out that these were not going to be on white, so it kind of got lost here, I felt, in the watercolor feels. But it was fun to play around with it. The washi tape too was a little bit of a challenge, adding that in for a sandbar. But overall, I think it turned out good. I really did like the color scheme, and adding in the watercolor was a fun way to kind of mix things up. Now this one turned out really good, actually. It was a vintage theme. I believe on this one I was showcasing the Easy Craft Art box that I had recently got of goodies, and then played around with some of the items from that box, and I think it turned out really good, actually. Usually I like bright colors in my health planner, but since this one just had a lot to look at, a lot of interest, nice warm tone in the background to kind of bring things to life, I really enjoyed this a lot and felt like it was a good one, even though it's not as the traditional energizing type themes that I like to do. So that was this week. Oh, and this one was so fun. Went back to some old school roots of doing like collage spreads with smaller iconic themes and doing them in like a gradient tone across the page. This one was for Planner Babe Summer. That was the theme. And so this one just really turned out great. I had some summer items, some health items, some planners. So it all tied together really nice. And then of course a rainbow theme, you can't go wrong with that. This was probably one of my favorites from the first half of the year. And then I was still really loving the kind of bright saturated color, so decided to do a popsicle theme, still very summery, sunshiny. And again, I did kind of struggle with how to make this look cute, but I think it came together pretty well in the end. Just a simple 3-color theme, added in a little bit of highlighter here and there just to tie some of these areas together where I was tracking in the fasting. But overall, a simple theme, but a nice strong color palette to really help with the energy. And then finally, we've got my final meds and supplements, and that's pretty much it. The back half here has some inserts ready to go for the rest of the year. And then also too, I have some health related items in the very, very back, where I keep basically older inserts that I've made and stuff. So this is just where it lives on my shelf. But for the most part, this is all just where I house my health stuff for the year. And that's going to do it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and we will see you next time. Bye!